I guess I hung out too long.
Hello in there,
yep.
Department.
Yep, okay. What can I help you with?
Hey, what's going on?
You get a call or something?
No, I just noticed a vehicle parked here for a while, so I thought
okay.
Make sure you're okay.
Yeah, everything's fine. I mean, I'm just sitting here. I know I've been here a while.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just checking to make sure you're okay.
Well, you're checking, but I mean, that's still a concern on my part, because I don't know what the heck is the problem. Is there like just a welfare check? Are you doing a criminal investigation?
Stand by. Listen, man, I'm not here to cause problems.
Well, I mean, you know how police presences turn out, right? I mean, you understand the type of stress that goes up when a person gets approached. I mean, you've been trained to that. Your academy.
Yeah.
Told about how there's a little bit of stress on the person.
On the receiving end of being
yeah.
pulled over, okay?
You know what it's like? Okay. So yeah, we just we watch her. I get the adrenaline, the concern about what your concern is. There's a double concern. Okay. It's it goes back and forth. The door swings both ways.
Okay, I agree.
So all right, and you're kind of deducing that I've been here a while, right? And that's you're just wondering why, because you've never seen me before.
Correct.
And you've been working here a while.
Correct.
And wow, is that a knife or something? You got a taser, maybe a baton, and then like a knife. Yep. Is it to cut seatbelts to rescue people from their crash?
Another tool.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Yep.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm just sitting here. I was gonna, there's probably a curfew, right?
I mean, there is at 10 o'clock at night, like
10?
a curfew for the park to close, but I mean, I just check on you.
Yeah, because I didn't see any sign. So
there's not. That's one of the issues that I've had for myself, is that there's no sign posted, but they were just enforced a 10 o'clock curfew.
Oh, okay.
So
it'd be written in your ordinances, but it's not so much communicated on the street. You're dipping?
Yeah.
All right, it's a little brown. All right. And yeah, you got this closed off. Yeah, I'll leave before 10. I was gonna leave. Fine. I was gonna leave when it gets dark out. Yeah. Really. So.
Yeah, you're fine.
And you were the same guy earlier today who checked around, because I notice. I mean, I can hear the windows you can't see through, but I can hear. I got the windows down. So.
What's the Daily Roamer?
YouTube? A little YouTube thing. I mean,
okay.
I travel. Yeah, see, I'm not like a regular. I'm not a part of the community. I decided to stop here.
Yeah.
It's a peaceful area.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, I like to find these types of places, but I attract attention too. I'm glad I didn't get a call. That's nice. Everybody's been fair with me, at least.
Yeah.
I've gotten calls. I've gotten weird calls in other parks. Like somebody accused me of staring at them.
Oh, really?
And they called the cops. I don't know how you guys respond to that.
Was that here?
It was in Mountain Home, Missouri. So that's south of here.
Mountain Grove?
No. There's a Mountain Home, Missouri, south of here. You know where Summersville is?
Yeah,
There's Licking. So you go down Licking, Summersville. So I couldn't take the Alton Ferry. You hear about that? The Alton Ferry is south of here, maybe 25-30 miles. It's closed. It's been closed for a year. Which is Phil? Oh, all right.
Yeah,
computer equipment.
My concern was that you might have been over here passed out.
Yeah.
Or like,
God
forbid, something like a suicide or something.
Yeah, and I know it's not easy to see inside, so you're doing that. Yeah, I've been here a while, so right. I mean it's good to be on top of that stuff. Well, you see, I'm healthy, so. And I intend to, not stay up past the curfew. So, have you ever experienced like somebody with an overdose around here? Is that you have? You look kind of young too.
Yeah.
How long in this city? Mm-hmm. What's the crime like here? Is it seems okay. I mean, it seems like
any fair city, we have our fair share of crime.
All right.
I mean, I don't have numbers to produce for.
Do you have experience in other cities?
I do not, no.
Maybe you could get a little cross training in like Las Vegas or something to spend a few weeks there, so you get an idea.
One of the problems with that would be Las Vegas has their own I'm sure they got their own city ordinances, and then
Yep.
like you got state laws that differ from our state laws. So I think there'd be more.
Oh, or maybe a bigger city in Missouri then, or something like Springfield or
Yeah.
St. Joe's, St. Louis.
I've gotten plenty of experience here so far.
Just only here, so the small town experience. Yeah, yeah. I think some cops could use that type of cross training.
Well,
Just get familiar. I mean, small town business, and to get a different perspective on what big city stuff is like. I mean, it might to help you understand patterns, the things that may not be such a concern, like in Mountain Home, Missouri, people saying I was staring at them, and the cops responding to that.
I've never had a call
Yeah.
like that before. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie, I've never had-
that's a small town sensitivity.
Yeah.
That isn't such a big deal in a big city, and I wasn't staring. It was just I glanced at some people, but it was still enough for the cop to come. They responded and then demanded my ID, and so we had a conversation about that.
Yeah. Well, you notice I
'cause-
didn't even ask for your ID. I've got
Well, I was waiting for you to. I mean, I'm willing to exchange IDs if you want. You want to give me yours, and I'll hand you mine.
I'm Patrolman Brown. My
Well,
background's
that's
118.
okay. Yeah, I'm the owner of my car.
Okay.
That's the name that you'll see on the plate.
Okay.
So, I'm sure you may have run it, or you have that. Yeah, it's easy information to look up because that's something you're allowed in your patrol car.
Actually, we have to run that from dispatch.
You have to call it in. Oh, all right. Well, all right. But yeah.
What is your name?
I'll probably. Oh, it's Travis. It's your first name. What Brown? John Brown. Okay, yeah, Travis. Yeah, I'm the owner of my car.
What's
So.
your last name?
Oh, it's my last name. Okay, sure. You said Brown. All right. It's Hines. Travis Hines.
Travis Hines.
Yeah.
It's
So
nice to meet you.
you'll
I
see.
don't want to just call you man or bro or
Yeah.
sir or whatever. I just
Well, I mean,
properly address you as
this
Travis.
is probably going to be the only encounter we have because I intend to leave. Actually, I'm interested in that abandoned hospital south of here, 20 miles. It's an old spring, a spring hospital.
I'm not familiar with that one. I know of the one out in Ironton. There's like an old abandoned
It's straight-
psychiatric hospital in Ironton. But
It's straight south of here. You know the Ferry. Are you familiar with the Ferry south of here?
I know Acres Ferry.
Yeah, you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
It's short of that, going down that same road. There's this abandoned hospital and this spring, and there's a cave, and I don't know. I thought it'd be more popular, but
Yeah, I've never even heard of
you've
that.
never. Okay, look it up, or you'd see it on Google Maps if you zoom in a little bit.
Secure.
Going to the Acres Ferry, you'll see it pop up on Google Maps. It's Something Springs old Something Springs Hospital. I think canoers. It's alongside a river, and I think canoers will stop sometimes at it. There's a lot of canoeing on this particular river that it's on.
Is it on the current river?
Current River, yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the Current River, yeah. That's where
Oh, yeah.
Acres. What's
yeah,
it?
Yeah, Acres goes through there.
Yeah.
Well, it goes through Acres, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess the reason why Acres is closed is because of a dredging issue. There's too much gravel piled up.
Really?
Acres has been closed since last July, almost a year.
I didn't know that. Me and my buddies will go floating down through there.
Yeah.
So I didn't know it closed.
I was going to come here straight from Summersville, and I got stopped at the Acres Ferry. There's a little buzzer thing. I buzzed, and then the ferryman came out and said it was closed because of dredging, and then they're protecting a fish. And I asked him what the name of this fish was, and he didn't know. It's like there's a protected fish in Acres Ferry. And then I was looking on Google Maps reading this hospital, and it says there's this brown bat in the cave next to this hospital that's protected too, and you get a $20,000 fine just disturbing the bat. So yeah, I guess south of here.
Teach me all sorts of things.
Well, I mean, I'm learning as I'm traveling, and I'm reading the signs and sometimes talking to locals.
Yeah.
I talked to the police chief in Summersville. That's on a video. So yeah.
So am I going to be?
Yep, you're going to be on video too. 3 cameras.
Okay, cool.
Doesn't look like it'll amount to many views because this hasn't turned into an arrest or anything serious. So you don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm documenting. I'm a documenter of these.
Were you at the library the other day?
At this library, yeah, just us on Saturday, yesterday.
Yeah.
Just like a couple hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was sitting in my car in the parking lot. I don't know. Did you see me there in my car?
Someone called in about it, but we didn't think it was a big deal, so we didn't have to
Oh,
talk to you. So.
really? Yeah, I was asking about the password, and I said that I wanted to write the password down. Maybe they had another concern, but the only discussion I had was about the password.
Down here, it's kind of out of the ordinary for someone to come and start recording everything, and it makes some people uncomfortable with this.
Yeah, I didn't really.
Typically, people don't walk around recording.
Yeah.
And there's no problem. I mean, you're not doing anything illegal, but it's just out down here.
Yeah.
People aren't familiar with that.
Was it at the library that the concern was, or was it me? Okay, because I walked around and did a little bit of recording. I saw some chickens in some yards. I thought it'd be neat to record. But yeah, I asked about the password at the library, and that was it. And then I sat in the genealogy section, and it was like I only had an hour left. It was towards the end of, it was like 11. Its hours are 11 to 1, so I arrived at noontime, and yeah. You guys may have if it was another city, I may have been arrested. I've been arrested over. Well, I know it's like you may be cops and people may see you all as a very similar organization, but there's personalities within the.
Absolutely, I agree.
And some are more quick to arrest than others.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just another person. I've got a job. Your job is daily roamer for YouTube.
Yeah, I'm just I'm a bum. I'm really more of a bum. But there's a sensitivity there, and it's like now I'd call you a stop. You're about stop 21 now. It's like every 25 stops, it'll end up in arrest for me under these similar circumstances. Yeah. So you're, from 25 now. This is 21, and I'm counting down till I get to 1 again, and it averages out to about every 25. I've gotten a lot of stops. I've over 100 now, similar to this. And I mean, you're doing it on your own, but it's happened to me a lot.
Right.
That's why you see I have 3 cameras, because you guys have trained me to be more prepared for these situations.
I wouldn't go as far to say as you guys.
Well,
I don't want to be
cops.
if you've had bad experiences.
Well, no, just stops, just general stops. There's different levels of escalation on how they turn out.
I mean, you're pretty good too. This isn't like traffic stop. I mean, I'm not detaining you.
No, I'll sit here until it gets night. But yeah, there could have been another stop yesterday. I appreciate the heads up on that. That's interesting. I matched the description, and the librarians were a little concerned.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, small town, like.
Yeah.
Recording everything, like it kind of throws people off a little bit because people aren't used to it. I went to the academy in Columbia, and this is stuff that we talked about.
Okay.
And, I mean, this is something that this is my second experience being recorded.
Oh, yeah.
Like interacting with the public, but it's not something I'm unfamiliar with.
Well,
either.
they're getting easier to access. These are all one-touch button cameras. They're easy to access. I mean, you imagine 20 years ago that you wouldn't have recording as much. It was more of a hassle. The batteries were worse. The memories cost a lot more, and they were smaller.
Well, now everybody's got a smartphone too. It's a lot easier to record.
Yeah, and this is I just got this, a Samsung S20. It's got amazing zoom in, zoom back.
I've heard they got good cameras, better than iPhone.
Yeah, I stopped buying Apple a while back. I don't know, it's hard to explain that technology, but
to each their own.
Yeah.
I'm an Apple fan myself, but
Oh, okay. Yeah, I bought this unlocked. I couldn't get the S22. I was very interested in that, but you have to get a plan for that.
Is that the newest one they come out with?
The very newest.
Yeah.
The S21 and the S22 cannot be. You have to have a contract for those. So it's S20 now. You can buy unlocked. So it'll be a couple years before you can get the S22.
When they come out with the 23 and 24.
Yeah, and then they'll have they have that. So I mean I'm passing through. This would be the only day, the last day you'll see me in this. Oh.
I am secure.
So yeah.
What do you advise when residents are not to the location?
10-4, this traffic.
Okay. Yeah, and I plan on going further north tomorrow, or maybe that hospital. I'm trying to decide. I kind of want to check out this abandoned hospital.
Check out the one in Ironton too, if you can. I don't know.
There's
if
something
it's,
in Ironton.
I don't know if
Okay.
it's off limits or not to the public,
Do,
but it's. I don't know what's called.
do you know if it has anything to do with springs?
No.
Because this one is inspired by springs and the cave air to be refreshing for people who have certain ailments.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just read it on Google Maps. It's talking about people who had consumption, which is a various bunch of diseases back in the early 1900s, 1910 or so. But it's like something about the cave air, and then it's a natural spring that flows from that. Because there's springs around Missouri, and
So do you just record like whatever you find interesting?
yeah,
Or
yeah, pretty much. And then cops always, yeah. I mean, there's
Is it like for your own safety or?
well, it's just to document it because I get arrested sometimes.
Right.
And so I want that it to be very clear what happens in the interaction. I don't want this he said she said stuff.
Right. Yeah, I get that.
And also if I don't get arrested, if I ask for your video afterward, I tend not to get it. So I'm just going to record my own. You know, if this would have turned out worse, I would have also gone to this camera too. And set this, so we got a little stand, set it maybe over there. It's kind of new for me. This is also a 360 camera. I set it over there just to capture another angle. Because this is a 360, it gets all around. And then, yeah, that's just kind of spare. This is more of my driving camera. I don't like to use it for this, but, you know, I can't take chances. I don't want to. Because I've actually had a cop tried to erase my video, but that was back in 2016.
Why do you want to erase it? It don't make any sense.
Well, it was in Idaho, and it was in 2016. That is kind of a new thing. Maybe it's his first time. He was in his 40s, and
he's probably used to like the old-fashioned like policing. And
Yeah.
recorded made him uncomfortable
Yeah.
or something like that.
yeah, you're younger, and we're advancing in technology. You're maybe catching up. He didn't have a body cam. Apparently his body cam only turned on when he turned on his headlights. So, or not his body cam, his dash cam. Yeah, his dash cam.
Red and blues.
Yeah, it only turn on when you turn on your lights back in 2016. But he didn't know that there was an upgrade for the iPod, and that there's a trash folder. He thought if you just delete the video, it would delete. And that was the old software system for Apple. I had an iPod 5. And it just updated a month before to add a trash can. So when you deleted, it went to the trash can.
Just like a desktop.
What?
Just like a desktop.
Yeah. I mean, you delete and it can do that. Yeah, it does that too with Windows. And so I found that video in the trash 4 days later when I got out of jail. And
You were there for 4 days?
yeah, it was over the weekend. So yeah, that happens too much for me. I have a tendency to get arrested on a Friday. I spent like two months now in total in jail. Over. I actually got sentenced in Louisiana over a similar situation, and that was a library incident, and they're claiming that I did all kinds of weird stuff in the library, and that prompted a call. And there's in your resisting arrest law in Louisiana, they have it written in that failure to ID is a part of the resisting arrest. So if you don't ID, that's resisting arrest. So yeah, just talking. I mean, trying to just trying to understand what's going on in the city. I'm new here. So, and I'm videotaping too, yeah.
He's got a YouTube channel, Daily Roam.
Oh yeah, just documentation. I'm making.
We're a different breed down here, so we're not.
Yeah. You're not the type that what?
Normally it's videotape.
Oh, okay. You're saying you're not used to it. Okay.
That's
All
what
right.
we were talking about earlier.
What brings you to Salem?
Well, just traveling. I wanted to I try to focus on Walmarts. Wherever there's a Walmart, there's a guarantee I'll be able to spend the night. But there's some Walmarts I can't. But I focus on Walmarts, and I stopped at the library. I like to stop at libraries too. So I keep my travel my destination simple. Are you familiar with the Acres Ferry? They're closed now. You know that?
Yeah.
You know that the old hospital that was abandoned short of that. When you know about that?
I don't know much about it.
Okay. Brown wasn't familiar with this. It'd be a good trip. You could go out and explore around and get familiar. There's pictures on Google Maps. But yeah, like places like that, I find interesting, and I want to check out. So it's.
Yeah, have you been to the local Walmart?
Well, yeah, I spent the night there last night. And I think I saw you drive. You drive in front of the Walmart, and
I
then.
usually go through their black office.
Yeah.
We had a lady that stayed there for about a month on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I won't. Yeah, just a couple of days for me, but yeah, there's people that camp out there. Yeah, they'll unhitch their trailer and leave that.
Where's that at?
Well, just a Walmart. I seen it in like Oregon. I've seen it in several states where somebody will leave a trailer in the Walmart parking lot, like a camper, and just just.
What about a camper that here? They're pretty particular on that.
Yeah. Walmart will put signs on people's windshields when it gets out of hands. Like say in Williston, North Dakota, they had the oil rush, big in 2013, and it got overwhelmed from all the people looking for work in the oil fields with all the high-paying jobs, and Walmart got overwhelmed with that and had to put their foot down. Yeah, there's some Walmarts that see a lot more business than others. This is only a one-door Walmart. There's
multi-doors.
Yeah, there's double-door Walmarts. You guys are a smaller town, and you got a one-door Walmart. So
We used to have one of those. Before we got the super Walmart, a little hole-in-the-wall Walmart.
Oh, is there even a smaller? Yeah, see this would be the hometown Walmart in a big city. They have these smaller hometown Walmarts, but they don't align with that. It's just a regular Walmart. To the locals, it's a regular Walmart. And like any other Walmart, but there's a difference in the appearances. So
How long are you gonna be around for?
just today, and I kind of want to check out the abandoned hospital tomorrow. I think I might want to go there, and then maybe come back here for one more night, and then because I don't know, just being I'm a bum. See, you're checking on a bum pretty much. But I might be the closest to a homeless person you guys have come across here, right?
No.
You have some.
You got a car, bike, car
you're
full of
far
stuff, phones.
These are $500 phones.
If you want to jump in, we'll go show you a couple of homeless bums.
There's you have some? Okay. All right.
Because they choose not to work.
Yeah.
It's not because they're forced to be bums, they just choose not to.
Well, I kind of I take on that.
They choose not to work.
I call it a challenge in a
We
way.
got kids that are bums.
Yep.
Mid-20s.
Just okay.
Early 30 bums.
People my age.
They choose not to work.
Yeah. They're just disillusioned, but if it's drugs, then that's another story. But if it's just a choice, when there's addiction involved, then that's something that's a habit that needs to be broken, because that can lead to trouble when if they want to keep that habit and run out of money and turn to crime. I don't have any addictions myself. I just enjoy traveling around. I mean, you see, I got walking sticks, a bicycle, car. Yeah, I like to change up the mode of travel. So, yep. So.
Well, yeah. Hopefully stick around a little while. Sounds like
What?
Full of knowledge.
Yeah, I'm getting familiar with this area. I've gotten familiar with the west half of the country.
Yeah.
I document and put it on YouTube. And then in comments, people educate me a little bit about what I missed, or maybe give a little backstory of what I have shown on camera. I like that interaction.
If we catch you around tomorrow, maybe we can have a cup of coffee or something.
Oh, okay, all right, sounds good.
So I think me and he's working tomorrow. So if you're back around, maybe we'll get a cup of coffee. So.
Well, okay, yeah. I mean, I plan on being in that abandoned hospital tomorrow. I mean, but maybe I'll come back. So
might come back.
yeah.
We'll be safe.
Well, Yeah.
I'll
Thanks.
still have a blast down there.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I don't know what to expect exactly. You've been there?
I've been there.
Have you been in the ruins in between,
No,
or was it?
We just kind of stopped off floating and stuff.
Okay, because all right, there's a river that I'm trying to figure out how to get into the ruins, because there's a river that's blocking the access for where they say you should park and then take a trail half mile. There's a river, and I don't know how to. I'm gonna have to figure out maybe how I can get around that, but a current from the springs, I think. But
Current river goes through there. It's 70% spring fed. So.
spring. Wow, that's okay. Yeah. So yeah, whatever. That's
Yeah,
yeah.
what do they call that down there? Spring, they call that.
You got Round Spring.
Round Springs, they call it.
Round Spring's farther down from Acres.
And-
You got Acres. They go to Pool Tide.
That's something
Round
to do
Spring.
with Round Springs. Now, that's something to do with it.
Round Springs.
There's actually a spot.
The-
If you put off there in Acres, float down through there. I don't
oh.
remember what it's called, but there's a little tourist attraction. They got like an old cabin back up in there, and there's a spring you can walk up to and see.
And this is a part of the canoeing experience, right? Is that people stop on along the river and then go? Have you guys done the canoeing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've canoed, kayaked.
Yeah, I'm not.
It'd be neat if you had the GoPro on one of the canoes so that you can like
Yeah, there's a lot of things. I can't do everything. I wish there's a lot of things. Yeah, I wish I could do. I see the canoers. I spent a couple of nights at the Acres Ferry. Since it was closed, I just made it a campsite. It's stayed a couple of days.
Yeah, the owner recently died.
Oh, is that a fact? Wow. They said there was a dredging because of the gravel. There's a gravel buildup, and then there's a fish that they're protecting. Some kind of environmental thing. So, yeah, it's and the owner died too apparently.
Yeah, this year from COVID.
Okay. Wow. From COVID, you say?
His house burnt and his dad died, and then he died.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's cool. How is is there any significant Amish Amish community? Okay.
We've got a Mennonite.
More Mennonites across the river. Okay.
We've got Mennonites just west of town.
West. Okay.
They primarily do construction.
Yeah.
Construction.
Yeah.
Metal roofs.
'Cause yeah, I
Buildings.
was talking to the police chief in Summersville, and he said there's a significant Amish community.
Yeah.
There's about 30 homes, I think.
Down that way.
Yeah.
Further south, southwest you go.
The other day I was going up 72 and I saw a buggy.
You saw a buggy?
Yeah. First time I've seen one since I started working. There's a
And-
buggy going up the road.
Yeah, it's so dangerous for them.
You don't see them very often up through
Yeah.
If you go south of town, there's signs on the highway, on the K Highway.
That say the buggy, watch out for the buggies. Yeah, I saw. But yeah, the curves and the hills, and you can just catch them at the wrong time. It's really it's something to just be aware of. I'm a careful driver. You'll see. Yeah, I have a perfect record. So, yeah,
That's what we like to hear.
As a traveler, I take my time. People are constantly trying to get past me because I'm taking my time. I'm not in a rush like a lot of other. Yeah, so that's my challenge is trying to help or just dealing with people who catch up to me a lot. So So- yeah, I mean it's an option. Yeah, I mean I know I could how to contact you guys. So that's you make yourselves available for all kinds of calls. How would you respond if there was a call that came in and said that there's a guy staring at us in the park? There's guys staring at people in the park. What do you do about those type of calls? I had a conversation with somebody in Mountain Home. Do you know Mountain Home? Yep. Or no, Mountain Home. There is a Mountain Home, Arkansas. There's also one in Missouri too. Yeah, south of here. I got the police responded to a call about me staring at other people, and he had to investigate. So. Yeah, You guys prioritize situations better than maybe others. It's maybe the type of training you get or something. It's amazing the difference between one town to the next.
We're all homegrown.
You're oh yeah. Have you ever worked any other cities? No. Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's different. The big cities go through.
Yeah, the big city would be good training.
But I think the big cities should come down here.
Yeah.
More,
Do some.
It's a little different law.
Yeah, with the ordinances, your city. You have a city judge. A what?
State judge.
You don't have a magistrate judge? Oh. Yeah. You don't have a magistrate or city judge. The town is too small. Is that probably couldn't make enough money? All right.
Well, they make enough of that. It's just that they handle the city and state.
Yeah. All right. District judges handle the city judges' work.
Yeah, probably
Yeah, that's interesting. All right.
Well, we got a population of 5,000 here. So.
Yeah, that's not big enough to have a city judge, even a town judge. Okay. Yeah, I have the most difficulty with city judges. There's something about it. Seems like there's a money like this. It's like a revenue court more than a justice court. Yeah. So okay. Well, that's great. District judges tend to be more fair, so that'll keep you guys in check a little bit more. You know.
And we're pretty good. I mean, down here we're close. All of us are close.
Yeah, this is the country, man. I mean, everything's a lot different than country.
Yeah. I mean, there's different types of country. Like you're lucky to even have somebody. Well, you're in the city though. This isn't. You're not deputies. You're not out in the real country like deputies.
I'm talking like different between like St. Louis and Ferguson versus here.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. They have their problems.
Not even on the same playing field.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be a good experience for you to do cross training in a bigger city. Them do cross training in a small town, and
Come down here.
but apparently it's hard for the police organization to work that type of I don't know, the cross training. It'd be hard. I don't.
Throughout the year, we go through different trainings anyway to keep us sharp and keep us on our toes and what the laws are and different ways to handle different situations. So I mean, we do get that cross trained, just not with other agencies.
You're talking recertifications, right?
Yeah.
You would like for de-escalation or something.
I'll be going to a street crimes class here coming up pretty soon.
Okay.
So I mean, we all have different classes we go to. Stuff that we may not have been to classes on before. I mean, we touched a little bit on street crimes in the academy, but
yeah,
I'm sure the street crimes class will be a lot more in depth.
Yeah, and see, like with you guys, you probably wouldn't need de-escalation as much as another city. Like I don't know how it's amazing how there's such a difference in the culture. Because I'm accused that, like, my arrest that happened in Louisiana, they seem to have pushed more culture enforcement than law enforcement. Because they didn't have any probable cause. There's no. It's hard to describe. I have it on I recorded it all on video. You could see.
On your YouTube page?
Well, yeah, it's on my YouTube channel. I'm sure some people will let you know. I have a few subscribers. So once I post this, you might have some contacts. All right, you might. Well, this is one of them. It's okay. The cop channel. I have a cop channel too. I've separated the cop channel from the travel channel, just because the cop stuff is more popular.
Yeah.
So it's called Let's Exchange IDs with Travis. So people seem to like that aspect of exchanging IDs with police. And I've actually exchanged IDs with a couple of cops in Missouri. It's in a couple the other states like Mountain Home. Officer Gordon in Mountain Home. No. That was Mountain Home was a park. I'm getting the cities confused. It's in two different cities. I've had a couple of run-ins on the west side of Missouri and a couple like St. Joseph's. The police were called. They're actually called on me. I was in like an abandoned. There's like a parking lot and there's abandoned business, and so people called the cops on me, and the cops asked for my name, but they never got an ID from me. I think I gave them my name. I don't know, but I got arrested in Bethany, Missouri. You guys can.
That's way north.
You know Bethany? Okay.
Way up about Iowa.
Yeah, I was coming down, just going south. I travel with the seasons, but I was arrested in Bethany. I went into the city hall and was asking about parking because there were signs that they're limiting parking to 2 hours in different places, and I couldn't find a place to park, and I just parked convenient. But when I got inside, I upset the lady there, asking my questions. She called the cops, and then the cop blocked me from exiting, and then he was demanding my ID and said I had the right to ID. I said I have a Fourth Amendment right, and he's like, you have the right to ID. And he arrested me over my ID. And you guys can arrest. You could put me on a 24-hour hold for anything. I think until you come up with your probable cause. But if you don't come up with your probable cause, that you would want it right away. But it sounds like you could just arrest somebody. You could throw them in jail for 24 hours for an investigative hold, I think it's a state law, but it depends on which city. Yeah. Well, he had something. They wrote a great argument about me being disorderly and something else about failure to ID. And then the prosecutor got it, and I posted the video of the arrest, and then the prosecutor dropped it in 1.5 days. that was the shortest charge for me ever.
Sounds like a couple of those guys probably just having a bad day.
Well, if you look into Bethany, the police chief shot himself in the head. He committed suicide in his living room a couple of years ago. And so I was talking with the replacements. I was talking with the city police and then the sheriff, who was a city policeman, who became the replacement. And there's like some drug problems that this former police chief who died, he committed suicide, and they got kind of a backstory there. And I don't know if maybe they wanted to avoid too much public exposure with that on account of me, because I was going to raise a bit of a fuss about the arrest. I was challenging it. I talked to the judge at arraignments, and I said I was going to challenge this and file my paperwork, because I know what I need to file, and then I'll get a lawyer for the trial later. But yeah, I've had some run-ins with the police in Missouri, and yeah, there's every city has a different culture. It's a culture, and some are more into enforcing culture than respect, and not respecting our civil rights, and not focusing on what's actually a legal argument. They're looking at culture. Like, it's really bad in Louisiana. The way they treated me, at least. I went through the process. I was found guilty on city court level, which you guys don't have, and now I'm doing an appeal. But it's called a writ. A writ is like a lesser appeal. It's a whole new process I'm not too familiar with. I have a lawyer now for this, so I'm going through that process. But it's a frustrating experience in Louisiana. They're so ingrained with a low standard. They have such a low standard for arrest and conviction, and in Missouri it's a little higher standard for arrest and conviction. So it's
we're just going to pull up here and shoot me.
Yeah, I would be in Louisiana.
We like hearing your story.
Yeah. In Louisiana, I'd be on my way to jail right now. It'd be over my.
Not here. We just shake
Yeah.
and tell you have a good day.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And this, I think the Civil War may have had some influence on that, because half the state was fighting the other half, right? But in Louisiana, they're more ingrained with their southern ways, but in Missouri is more contentious. So people as a result of the conflicts, I think you guys learn to be a little bit more respectful of civil rights,
Right.
and all of that.
This community is pretty respectful community.
Yeah.
We all,
Yeah.
If we're on a call and we're just talking to people like yourself, we always treat it with respect.
Well, we're all human.
Yeah.
This is our job, but we don't disrespect.
Yeah, there's a lot of corruption down south, and you guys may not experience the same level of corruption that they got. They got Crime Stoppers down there. You can make $1,000 if calling in suspicious activity. They'll give you $1,000 if you call Crime Stoppers. So there's a culture there where they're profiting off of each other. And you guys have a mayor here, right? Or the elected mayor? Yeah. The mayor is in Natchitoches, Louisiana. He's bragging about getting all these federal dollars and you know how he's excited to spend that money, all that free money. They get disaster relief money and then just free federal dollars to try to keep the city alive, because it's not doing so great on its own. So we're throwing all these federal dollars, our taxpayer money in the state of Louisiana, pretty much almost every city. And I hear gunfire like every night. When I was in Natchitoches for over 2 months, there was gunfire in the city almost every night. And I heard gunfire off in that direction here today earlier. But I mean, it's not as scary as being in Natchitoches and hearing it from all over the place.
You can almost be just about anywhere in town and hear a gunshot, but a gunshot would be coming from outside the county.
Okay, yeah, most likely.
A little town where you can hear a gunshot from a long
Yeah.
way. It's
Yep.
out, just target practice or whatever.
Yeah, but they're actually shooting each other in the Louisiana.
Yeah, not here.
And I've been told it's like a family thing. It's like the family members are killing each other out of revenge. Neighbors. It's not like they'll kill strangers at random. They'll do it more as a personal vendetta type of thing. But I mean they're getting these AR-15s. The cops are finding AR-15s off of people kind of frequently. It sounds like the weapon of choice. You'll see a difference in the culture. It's much more aggressive and deeply ingrained with this culture enforcement down south. But you guys are more open-minded about. You guys are more respectful about our rights. So I appreciate that. It's a breath of fresh air. With
this job I want to do since I was a kid. I don't want to come out here and violate somebody's rights, right?
Yeah, but how? And then I have to ask. I got arrested in Bethany. How is it the next city over? I'm going. The next city over. There's possibly the city north that has the next Walmart is like some kind of African nation name, or I don't know, Lebanon or something like that. I forget. Because this is Salem, and then I don't know, the next Walmart north of here. What's that going to be like? It might be a completely different experience. Just depends. Maybe the chief has a different way of looking at things, or. And you're a dog handler. You're not the chief.
No,
Corporal. Corporal? Okay, all right. Yeah, it's a different culture. You guys are relaxed. I appreciate it. It works. It's good for me today. But the next.
We went to a local downtown too.
Yeah.
We weren't just checking on you to put you in jail or not. We like
Yeah.
to have people here.
Well,
This is somewhere you want to visit them longer.
See you from out of state.
yeah.
Visiting with you.
Yeah, and it may not, I could catch you at a bad time too. You may have something that maybe you were at a bad car accident,
Absolutely.
and suddenly you have this change of, you're
Momentum.
this tense, there's a stress maybe, but you guys aren't stressed right now, and there's
High blood pressure. We don't like that.
Yeah.
We try to stay away from the stress.
Well, I mean, you guys have to run into those situations. I mean, that's a part of your duties. You just have to find a way to manage that stress. You're paid. It's part of your job to inject.
We've got a good support system. I mean,
yeah.
Any one of us could talk to the other. If we have something that's going on, we can talk to you. I mean, we're pretty close here.
Yeah, and it seems like more cops are getting on to the social media and talking about just.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, not all cops are bad. I mean, there's a lot of bad cops that don't need to be cops. I mean,
it's
just disgusting.
It's a small percentage who have arrested me. Just bull rush to an arrest.
We just need to get the public's trust back on the good cop side.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's.
There's good cops, bad cops. We need the good cops. We need the public's trust.
I get arrested once every 25 cop stops, similar to this. So there's a bull rush. There's just this. They made their choice almost before they've made contact, and it just I caught them at a bad time. So there's that factor.
They probably got some family issue going on. So they probably should have took the day off.
In Natchitoches, Louisiana, it was I think it's a part of the culture. They have corruption within that they're trying to protect. They're trying to protect the whatever culture that they have going on there. They won't even share police policies with the public. They actually have legal arguments. They've gone to a law firm. I asked for their police policies. They use this law firm that says no, you can't have police policies. You got?
That's an ambulance.
Okay, all right.
That's just right around the corner.
All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's just the street right over from us.
It's the same female from this morning. That's from this afternoon.
All right, brother.
Okay. All right. Yep. Nice talking. Okay.
Glad you could come visit Salem.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks. You made it a comfortable place. All right. Oh man.